Noun clauses. When using English grammar, forming, identifying, and using noun clauses often seems to be one of the trickiest challenges for learners. However, understanding and using noun clauses is easy if concepts such as clause, dependent clause, and independent clause are clear. Then we could define what a noun clause is and how it is used. Besides, we will be able to start working different forms of noun clauses, such as noun clause beginning with a question word, noun clauses beginning with whether or if, and noun clauses beginning with the word that. At last, after reading this text carefully, we will be able to define and use noun clauses. First of all, a clause is a group of words containing a subject and a predicate. Besides, there are dependent and independent clauses. That is, while an independent clause is a complete sentence that makes sense all by itself, a dependent clause does not make sense all by itself and needs to be linked to an independent one. As an example, the sentence I study hard is an independent clause because it has a subject and a predicate, and it makes sense all by itself. While the sentence when I have a test is a dependent one because though it has a subject and a predicate, it does not make sense all by itself, and it needs to be connected to an independent one, as in the sentence when I have a test, I study hard. To return to the subject, a noun clause is used as the subject or the object of a sentence, having the clause functioning as a noun. To illustrate, in the sentence what the teacher said was funny, the clause what the teacher said stands as a noun of the sentence, since what was funny was what the teacher said. All in all, a noun clause is a complete sentence that works as the noun of a bigger sentence. Some noun clauses begin with a question word. However, that doesn't mean they have the function of a question or are formed in that same structure. The job of these words is to connect two clauses as in the sentence, I don't know when I'll graduate. Notice that the noun clause when I'll graduate does not have the structure of a question, since it works as a noun which is the object of the verb. That is, what I don't know is when I'll graduate. Finally, even though words such as do, does, and did are used in questions, these ones are never used in noun clauses, as in the sentence, I couldn't hear what the teacher said. What the teacher said is not a question, it is the object of the verb, because it is what I didn't hear. To conclude, noun clauses use question words to connect ideas without being a question or having the structure of one. Other noun clauses can be formed by changing a yes-no question into a noun clause. As a result, the words whether and if are used to introduce the clause. As an example, I don't know whether or if the teacher will come. Moreover, one can add the words or not either next to the word whether or at the end of the sentence when one is using whether or if. Finally, the word whether is used in formal English, while if is very common, especially in spoken English. At last, in noun clauses, the words whether or if are used to express uncertain ideas in a sentence. On the other hand, some noun clauses are formed with the word that, which works either as the subject or the object of the verb in the clause. In the sentence, I think that he is a good student, the word that is the object of the verb, as it introduces what I think and it can be omitted. In contrast, in the sentence that I love to teach is a fact, the word that introduces the subject of the verb and it cannot be omitted. Finally, in noun clauses, the word that is used as an introductory word to the subject or the object of the verb. Summarizing, a noun clause is a group of words that has a subject and a predicate, but that in a sentence work as a noun and can be the subject or the object of the verb. They can be formed with question words to link ideas. They can be formed with whether or if to express uncertain ideas, or they can be used with the word that as an introductory word to the object or the subject of the verb. In the end, we have seen that using noun clauses is very easy. When concepts are clear, all that is left is to practice so that it will be easier every time.